Greetings, this is Kevin Jefferson, father of the Forex fam, and followmytrades.com here with trade theory on Bitcoin and gold today. I'm going to start off talking about gold. This is the weekly chart, and as you can see, gold has just been consolidating sideways for a period of time now, for several months now actually. And although the charts are saying that it's pulling off of a downward movement, so it's pulling off of bullish behavior, on the daily chart, what I see is it faking, looks like it's faking out traders. So it's showing short on the shorter time frames, but actually I believe that it's just collecting orders to eventually turn around and go long. And so I'm still holding a bullish observation for, or a bullish hypothesis for gold versus the dollar. So I'm looking for that to rise. And we have some high impact news on, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday of this week, or it may be Thursday going into Friday, but definitely some news on the USD later this week that may impact the move. So I'm still looking for that to be an upward or long move on gold versus the dollar. So if you're short on it today, you may want to take your profits, because it can, as you probably know, if you're trading gold, it can turn around on you pretty quickly. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pretty interesting because there's a couple things happening here. It's had this great rise. It rose above even the number that I mentioned in a previous video. 60,382.38 was the number I said that it would hit before possibly pulling back. And it blew through that number up to the 65,000 area, and now it's pulling back. I see Bitcoin actually showing weakness on the daily. It's actually in a pullback off of a downtrend right now. And so two things that are possible with Bitcoin. Now I fully see Bitcoin rising to the 70,000 range, to 70,000 level in the coming weeks possibly, or by the end of the year. But somewhere in there I also see a fall. And so the two things, or the two possibilities, or the two most likely scenarios from the way I see it, will be either starting today and going into the coming days, Bitcoin will drop in value again and possibly retest the 54,000 level. So I can see Bitcoin dropping down to 54,000 and then turning around and moving up to the 70,000 area, or it could move back long, which in the way we'll know this is if once we get a close above 65,715.83, so basically right around 65,716, then we can expect that it will continue longer. So if it moves above and creates a close above here in this area, then I would expect it to move up into the 70,000 area, but actually lose steam possibly and then come back and hit the 54. But I think both are possibilities. So it's either going down first and then rising, or going up and then falling. But as I see it right now on the daily, the bias is that it's going to lose strength and fall. So I would be looking for an opportunity to enter short in the near term to ride it down to 54, 211 in that range, and then prepare to buy it back again once it gets down to 54 at a greater value, and ride it up to the 70,000 plus range if you're trading it. And so that's what I see with Bitcoin and gold, both still looking to continue, but with some stops along the way. And I expect Bitcoin to be the one that takes a rest stop before continuing on the journey to 70,000 plus. So I want to also speak to what all this means. As a trader, or as a person who trades the currency markets and the crypto markets, we use this to build what we call create cash flow. And so what we do is create cash flow capsules, or systems, for people who want them. It can be, small business owners, which has been our experience. A lot of business owners and entrepreneurs value and understand the need to either buy or create cash flow, or build it with your own business. But then also you incorporated, the individual, whether you're just a professional, a highly paid professional, or you're working as a contractor or whatever, and you don't consider yourself an entrepreneur, you also, and maybe even more so, need a cash flow capsule. And so what we do is we create a customized system based on your wants and your needs and where you are and what you need the capsule to create for you in the way of positive cash flow. And we will go to work and actually construct that with you, hand in hand, step by step, and then we will actually do the heavy lifting on your behalf. So we do the heavy lifting to create the cash flow for you once we've consulted with you and shown and had you share with us what it is that you want to accomplish on an annual basis. We'll construct that together, and then we'll get to work on our side to help make that happen for you. Your obligation is to learn how we did it so that you can do more and more of it for yourself or for people that you say you care about. And so it's really that simple. It's not, when I'm talking about building cash flow, I am definitely looking to teach you to trade, but I'm not looking for you to do it all by yourself. And the busy professionals with whom I work mostly, they start out not having the time to do it for themselves, which is why on my side, we actually help build the cash flow for you. But the long-term goal is for you to actually learn how to do it for yourself, so that while we're feeding you fish, you're learning how to fish and can do it on your own. And be mindful that this is all centered around you not having to quit your job or to close your business or to add extra hours to your day or even add extra expense in the way of employees, staff, or overhead. It's really an add-on to what you have going on. So imagine you have a business that's functioning, but you dabbled in real estate and you have income producing properties through real estate. It's the same thing with the cash flow system that we create for you through Forex trading, is that we will help you construct a vehicle that makes sense for you and helps you put you in position to obtain a certain level of cash flow each year, but to do it in essentially a passive way, so that now, just like you have real estate, you have a Forex trading account that we've built and constructed to your needs and desires that every year spits out cash flow. So that's what we're talking about, not taking you into the space with which you're not familiar and leaving you there, but really actually hand-holding you, working with you to get an understanding of what you really need and want out of it, and then us going to work to make it happen. So if that's interesting to you, visit us at fmtrades.com. What I just spoke of is the Platinum membership, where we actually do the work for you to get you to your cash flow goals on an annual basis. Or if you just want to do it all by yourself, we have a DIY option called the Lifetime membership. So check us out on fmtrades.com. We'd love to help you build a cash flow system for yourself, especially while things are still going pretty well. I mentioned last week that I fully expect that we will see the market, the economy will be, I expect it to be very different this time next year in a negative way, and we will have probably maybe more pain and agony by this time next year. But I also see that people may be fooled because the stock market may show strength when the economy is showing weakness. And the reason that happens is a lot of times when you're talking about large entities, corporations, and the ones that are generally responsible for creating jobs, they don't have very many places to go with that capital. And so when the economy is performing poorly, they're not going to spend a lot of or invest a lot of capital in new ventures and new expenditures and startups and new opportunities. They're going to shore up old opportunities and then invest the cash flow in companies that are already proven, thereby propping them up and also increasing their value and creating returns on those companies' books, while not necessarily having the greatest sales years or the greatest year as far as sales and creating profits from their own mainline product. So that's just kind of my philosophy and thought on how I see things playing out a year from now. So before that happens, go ahead and put yourself in position to create cash flow if you have to stay at home. Create cash flow if you do get fired from your job because you don't want to take a shot. Create cash flow because you don't have the desire to continually have to put money back into your business and become illiquid to continue to build out the lifestyle that you say you want. All the things that, to build cash flow so that you can actually purchase back some of your time and not be, beholden to a high paying business or job, but you can do the same thing or supplement it through a cash flow system. So all those things are important and those things are needful. And I hope that you consider joining us so that we can help you do so. This is Kevin Jefferson. I hope you have a wonderful day, and till next time, happy trading.